What's going on, guys? It's Lewis here, and it's time for another market update because surprisingly, everything that I said was going to happen in the last couple videos actually happened, and so many alerts went off over the last, or just yesterday, that you could see here in the Discord VIP, the alert section right there. I have all of these things going off, so I need to look at all of them and, make sure that everything's good and all my orders are in. So, for example, what do I have? I have like Ocean coming into the 61.8 set orders. So what I do is I click on this and I see where it is, and then I will put my orders in for the good areas where I want to buy. And so this is actually the benefit that you get in the VIP, which is you get the alerts. So I'll go through the charts, and this was from February 15th. So this was weeks ago. Weeks ago, I went through all the charts and I plotted out big zones of areas of interest. And then I put in alerts to alert everyone in the VIP, like when the prices are coming down into those good areas, so that they know, to put the orders in if they want to. I know I'm putting my orders in. Nothing I say is like financial advice. None of my alerts or anything in my Discord or anything like that is like saying you should do this, but this is what I'm doing, and I'm sharing what I'm doing. So that's really what it is. And so if you press the play button, you can see that, for example, this one, it was up here and it came all the way down. This is my buy zone. So now that it's coming down into my buy zone, now it's like, okay, I could set my orders in and lock the funds up unless I'm using a conditional order. In that case, I could set conditional orders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all of these different alerts that I have, and I'm going to set some conditional orders in my Bybit account if I can, if it's allowed in Bybit, because I use Bybit as my trading, and I use Coinbase and KuCoin and a few other ones for my longer term swing trades. So let me go do this, and then we could get into the update, and I'll start the actual market update. Okay, guys, so I've been going through all of the alerts that have been going off in the VIP group, and I am looking at a lot of coins, and I came across GRT, and this one's very interesting to me, and it's a very good example of how I put on trades. And so I feel like I should go over this because this could be pretty beneficial to share how I look at the markets and what I do. So I'm looking at this right now, right? And the first thing that I noticed is that it had this huge run up, right? So what I typically like to do is get in at the golden ratio of the huge run ups, which is the 61.8. And so typically, I'll take it from the move right before the big run up, which is great because it comes all the way up, goes all the way back down, 61.8, boom, taps it, and then goes back up, and now it's falling back down. So this is falling back down, and this is continuing to get bought up right here, which I like to see. And honestly, that might be it. Like, it might just keep on getting bought up and we might not see lower prices. However, I noticed something, which is that this daily order block bullish order block. It was hit right here, which is really good. But typically what I like to see is the actual close get hit. So that hasn't been hit yet on the daily time frame. And also I noticed that this is a big resistance area right here and a big resistance area right here and right here. And before that, it was a big support area right here and right here. So this is a big SR flip zone, this whole area, right? So I really like this area. And if we go down to the 12-hour, you could also see that it wasn't hit, the close was not hit either. Plus, I'm sort of looking at this and I'm seeing a lot of confluence, a lot of different things that are lining up that make me think it's probably going to come down and snatch this up real quick before zooming back up. So if I take the fib from the actual bottom, which is down here, the bottom before the run up, this is the 61.8 right there. But if I bring this down, Look at that. The 50% actually lines up if you do the bottom to the close. So sometimes I do the bottom to the wick. Sometimes I do the bottom to the close. Sometimes I do all the things depending on what I'm looking at, right? You just have to get a feel for it and do it over and over and over again to really determine what you're going to do. But this one, I'll take it from the body to the close on the daily and even on the 12-hour. You can see it's the same exact thing, right? So I see that this is the 50. It lines up with the big SR area, and it has the bullish order block. And not only that, this has a lot of people are probably buying around here, right? This whole area. That's why. Well, they are buying. That's because it keeps on getting bought up. So they probably have their sells somewhere down in this area. Honestly, even all the way down to here, probably. They probably have their sells, like their stop losses, right? So what we call that is sell side liquidity. So there's a lot of buys that will sell down here for a loss. And what you want to do is you want to buy up all of the sell side liquidity. So you want to buy up their stop losses. Sometimes you don't get that. You don't get that, especially in bull runs. You won't be able to get that because things just go too crazy in bull runs. But we're in a bear market still. So you can look for sell side liquidity. So I'm noticing all this. So 50% close on the high time frame, close of the Fibonacci. The 61.8% close on this bottom to top, on this run up. It's the sell side liquidity. It's the previous SR flip area, from back here and back here and back here, right? It's the bullish order block, this whole area right here, the down move before the up move that broke the market structure, right? Not only that, but GRT is also an artificial intelligence coin, an AI narrative coin, which is really big. Plus, if you look at the indicators, this comes down just a little bit more. You could see that the RSI and the stochastic RSI is going to be in the oversold territory, and the MACD is probably going to come down a little bit more, and then it could potentially move up. Plus, they have these, the 200 EMA and 200 MA down here as well. So the 200 MA, really, really good, or 200 EMA, really, really good. So there's a lot of confluence, and that's what I look for when I trade. These are all the things that sort of come together and make good trades, in my opinion. Now, to put on your position size and to put your stops in and to put your take profits in, that's a whole nother topic. But this is just how I get where I'm looking at where I want to enter the trades at. So if you want all of that other stuff, I have videos in my course that teach about that, like risk management, stop loss, place, take profit placement, and different trading strategies and stuff. That's at cryptoelite.com. And you could do that because I have 3 videos and they're over 2 hours. It's over 2 hours on risk management. So that's super, super important. But I just wanted to share this first before we get into Bitcoin and stuff, because I feel like this is a really good example of how I find entries and put trades on. And so with that, now we could actually get to Bitcoin and everything else. Okay, so now we're looking at Bitcoin. We're going to start off on Bitcoin, and we're going to start off on the weekly time frame. And what I see here is I see a bullish market structure. So you could look at the bottom, and this is the low, created a high, created a higher low. Sorry, I should have used this. Create a low, a high, a higher low, and then a higher high, and then a higher low, and now another higher high. So if the trend on the weekly is going to continue, it will either create a higher high, such as stopping right here and reversing from here. It'll create an equal high, or it will possibly wick down, but then close as an equal high or a higher high. But it's not going to close below here. If it closes below here, then that's going to be a bearish market structure shift. And that means that what you would do is you would target somewhere up here for a short to get into a short position and then target down here for your take profits. I don't think that that's going to happen. I think that this week or the next couple of weeks will eventually close somewhere above 21,300. So whether we come from right where we are right now or we come down first and then go up, that's really what we're looking for. And what I really want is I really want to see the price move back up, and once it moves up to above January's high, which actually you won't be able to see that here, but if I look, where is it? January, right here. This is January's high. Once it comes back above here, which is 24,000, then I will definitely target 27, 28. The issue is, do I target 27 or 28 right now, or do I wait and maybe have it come down 3, 4%, 5% even, and then target it? Well, because I sold up here at 23,000, 24,000, somewhere around there, I bought back a lot. I bought back most of what I sold down here, because my bias is long, because we are in a high time frame long market structure, high time frame bullish market structure, and my target is up here. If we do fail to hold this right here, 21,300, then I won't sell immediately, but I'll probably sell on a bounce up. It's a really weird predicament that we're in right now, because there's so many things that could be happening. The one thing that I do know though is that we're definitely not in a full-on bull market, that's for sure. New money's not coming in, and we're not going to have the gains like we had previously. Like, it's not going to start. I don't think it's going to start anytime soon. So I am definitely more cautious, because until regulations happen, we're not going to get like some gigantic, huge bull run like 2017 or 2020, late 2020, early 2021. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to play this bullishly, but with some caution. So let's go down into the lower time frames and just check this out. So let's start this chart. So what do we see? We see on the 12-hour that we have a move. This could be an ABC move down, and this right here, this is the down move before the up move that broke this market structure, right? And so this is technically the bullish order block on the 12-hour or the daily. I prefer this. I prefer the closes. So that leaves a very small window, which is right there. And obviously, actually on the daily, that lines up perfectly with the 200 EMA, so daily EMA. So that's really good. So I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised to see it come down just a few more percentages, 2-3% more, and then get bought up down here, and then we go for the rally up to 27K. That's what I'm thinking, but you have to look at what's going on in the market. And right now we had the move down, then we had the doji candle, which is an indecision candle. So if this candle right here, which just started, it has 10 more hours. If this candle closes bullish, somewhat bullish, say somewhere up here, that would be really, really good. That would be bullish. And I would just look for longs. I would be much more inclined to look for longs from where we are right now. The other thing that you could do is you could take the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top and say, okay, well, we hit the 78.6. And so now that might be it. And we're going up, and we might not come back down. So I'm thinking that we come back down here. But looking at the 4-hour price action right now, we have an indecision candle, followed by another indecision candle, followed by another indecision candle, followed by another indecision candle, followed by a bullish candle. And now we're getting, and now we're just starting this 4-hour candle right here. We have about an hour and a half into it. So it's honestly, this is very bullish candle formation for Bitcoin. So that's why I bought back pretty much all of my Bitcoin right around here, like within this zone is where I bought it back. Not because of this, but because I sold up here, and I do think that we're eventually going to meet 27. So I figured, all right, I made my gains. I don't need to, risk anymore. But this, technically speaking, all of this bullish price action, it's good enough. It would be good enough for some type of trade setup, but there's no market structure break. There's no obvious swing failure pattern. So it's good enough to think of going into a long, but there's really no confirmation to go long. So I don't think it's good enough to actually long, but it's not bad. It's definitely more bullish than bearish, especially on the 12-hour. Look at this. Well, I mean, I guess, never mind. I was going to say something about the MACD, but, oh, wait, no, I am. Yeah, look at this MACD. The MACD is much higher up while the price is much lower. So that's bullish right there. So yeah, things are looking pretty bullish. The RSI and stochastic RSI are in the oversold territory. So I do think that we move up from here, whether we move up to the previous week's low or we move up to right here, maybe 23K, and then turn around, come back down here first, and then do a real pop up. That's the question. Or maybe we'll just do something like this, create a high, and then a higher low, and then start moving up. So we had the, and let's take a look at this. Let's use the 12-hour for this. From up here, what did we have? We had the swing failure patterns, a bunch of swing failure patterns, very indicative of a move that was going to move up, followed by, that was going to move down. And then we had the break in the market structure right here, this one, which means that you would create a short position somewhere up here. And that's where this got tagged. You would target 1, target 2. So target 1 was hit right here, and then target 2 was hit right there. So now these short positions are now out of the market and people are long. So I would say if you want to be more risky, you could take a cheeky long right here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a wick down followed by the move up. So what if you do this? Where would your stop go? Bring the stop down to maybe below the wick. And then where would you target? I would probably target, let's see, top, bottom, 61.8. This is what I would do. Actually, this is a 2-hour trade. So this is actually a really good trade. So yeah, I think I'll put this trade on. And that will be my plan for Bitcoin, just in case it pops up, because this is if you get a trade that's a 2R, might as well take it. You could even honestly do this, put it down here, have a 3R trade, and you know what? Just because I don't really want to force too much, I think I might put this trade on for a 3.3R. Hope that I get a wick down, one more wick down. And then a nice little pop up here. So if I'm bullish on Bitcoin, this is a 3.25R trade. That's really good. But maybe there's some other cryptocurrencies where I could make even more money. So I'll put this trade on for Bitcoin, and then I'll look at some other. Obviously, I'll look at Ethereum, and then I'll look at some other coins. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to look at Ethereum against Bitcoin, and I'm looking at this. ETH against BTC. What do we have here? Well, on the daily time frame, we do have this move, which was super bullish. So I should have actually gotten in right there. Could have made a solid 2.5%. But I was really waiting for right here. I was waiting for right around here. So before the January lows, or below the January lows. That's what I was looking for. Didn't happen. And that was also, this big area of support and demand. This goes back quite far, right? So I'm looking at this, and to me, Ethereum against Bitcoin, it's already pretty high. It maybe goes up here, but I only have two areas where I really want to trade Ethereum against Bitcoin or Bitcoin against Ethereum, which is this area right here and this area right here. And that's on the low time frame. On the high time frame chart, I have a few more areas. So if I make this bigger, I have this area down here, which if this chart does reach this level, I'm going to start converting all of my Bitcoin to Ethereum, and then I'll just start trading altcoins against Ethereum. And if it reaches this level up here, then actually even this level right here, I'll start converting my Ethereum over to Bitcoin and just waiting it out until maybe it goes lower, So on the weekly charts, we do have this first tick up, which is really nice. So actually, yeah, the weekly chart seems like Ethereum's probably going to outperform Bitcoin. So maybe I should get some Ethereum, but no, I'm going to stick to my rules. Even though I do think Ethereum's going to outperform Bitcoin for the next couple of weeks, maybe I want to stick to my rules, and I only want to buy it if it's in this green zone, and or sell it if it's in this red zone. So I'm going to trade ETH against UST and all this other stuff, but I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to hold off on that until it reaches my actual zones on that chart. So now we have ETH, the weekly chart of Ethereum. And if you look at this weekly chart on Ethereum, look at this. Since May of 2022, January, February, March, April, May, so almost a year, it was in this range, just literally between $2,000 and $2,000 and $1,000, $2,000, $1,000, $2,000, $1,000, and looks like it's going back up to $2,000. So we'll see if it reaches $2,000 again. I'm not sure, but just like Bitcoin, we're having this bullish market structure for Ethereum as well. So we have the low, we have the high, we have the higher low, we have the higher high, and we have the higher low, and now we have the higher high. So what I want to make sure is that we do not go below this low, because if we go below this low, actually I go below the closes. So if we close below here, below 1,500, then that would be pretty bad. I would not like that. I would love to see a sweep though. I'd love for it to just come down and sweep this and then shoot back up. But if we go to the lower time frames, we could probably get a little bit of a cleaner picture of what's going on right now. And so, yeah, you could see that it didn't hit my buy right here for Ethereum. Bitcoin did, but Ethereum got bought up a lot quicker. So we are this actually goes a little bit with my theory of maybe we come up, we go back down, snag this area, and then we move up again. That's possible. So just a heads up for this Bitcoin chart right here, even though this says that it's going to go up and then come back down and make a higher low. Let me get this off of here real quick. There you go. Even though this says that it's going to make a higher low, this might actually come back down here, and it might also do this. So you don't really know. Let me just copy this chart and put this in the Discord group. So yeah, going back to Ethereum, we have that same huge drop, and I do like how it did basically suck up the liquidity right here underneath this low, and now it's holding this low fairly well. So if we were going to do the same, let's say we're going to do the same trade on Ethereum that we're going to do, or that was on Bitcoin, we'd basically get in right now and then target over here. and et cetera, et cetera. But before I do any of that, what I want to do first is this. I want to plot this out as the bullish OB right here, down move before the up move. Yes, that broke this market structure. So this right here is the bullish order block. And this is a pretty big, this is very big. So price, maybe it just tapped it once and it's going to go up, or maybe it's going to come into it, like completely into it, and then move up. It just can't fall underneath here. If it falls underneath here, that's not good. And to be honest, 1500, I'm going to write this down. I'm going to say, if it falls under here, that's not good. And of course, unless it gets bought up immediately. Yeah. So there you go. That's what I'm going to write for that. And so I think there might be a little bit of an opportunity right now. Okay, so let's look at the 12-hour. We have the big move down. So we have the high. And this was the swing failure pattern right here. This pattern came above the old swing high and closed down here. So this, you could have entered here with a stop up here, target down. Actually, the target would have been, it could have been here or it could have been here. Let's check. Fibonacci, bottom to top. Target 1 was right there. So boom, that was the first target. Target 2 would be 1525. So I think that this is probably more realistic of what's going to happen for Ethereum. So let me plot this out top to bottom. All right. So if I want to get in on Ethereum, I'll do something like this. All right. Definitely, I would do something like that. And then I would have another trade set up down here for this. And this one I would target the highs, like up here. So these are two trade setups in one for Ethereum. Can I pull it off again like I did the other week with Bitcoin? Will it come up here and then fall back down here and then move up? I don't know. We're going to find out. And I think that that's pretty good. So I'm going to maybe look through a few other coins. If you have any requests for any coins you want me to do on these weekly updates, leave it in a comment below this video and I'll try to take a look at it next time I do a market update video. So we got that. Oh, one thing that I do want to mention though, which is that I created a Substack. So this is my Substack. I just created it. If you go to my Twitter and you scroll down to, you'll be able to see this. If you see this, you could click it and you could subscribe to my Substack, and I will put, market updates and things in there, just stuff that I'm looking at, stuff that I'm seeing, just to try to keep you informed. So yeah. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to look at some other altcoins and put it into the VIP and all this other stuff, figure it out, and I'm going to talk to y'all later. So keep on stacking those sats, keep on making those gains. Have a good one.